Come on, please let there be fog. Please let there be fog. Kind of. Maybe. Not really though. Yeah, man. I feel like every time I come up to this location, it's the same sad story every morning, every time out. So as you can see behind me, we've got plenty of fog. The only issue is that the sunrise is over here, where we don't have that much fog. We have a little bit going on down here, but besides that, not much else. And what I really want to get from this location is everything in front of the sun. I want there to be fog so we witness all the beautiful light rays, coming down into the marsh. I've been trying to go for this shot for a while, and I've made many trips up here, but it all results the same. just a little disappointing. But the fog is moving slightly out towards that way, so I think it might be worth trying to take one time lapse and see if somehow miracles happen, but I don't think so. But if anything, there's a good amount of fog this way. We can throw the drone up in the air, we can fly it out and get the light rays that way. But there's always a difference, right? When flying a drone and taking an actual picture. The drone, yes, you're still capturing the image, but you're not witnessing it with your own eyeballs, and that's what I'm trying to go for here. It almost seems like fog never appears in this area, but it's like prime real estate for it, in my opinion, because it's all marshland. It's the exact same composition and the same landscape as where the fog always happens to the right, or to the left of us actually. But just never, every time I come here, it just never seems to happen. And it's just odd. That's all it is. It's just odd. Yeah, it really just makes me wonder if it's even possible to get the shot that I have envisioned in mind. Yes, there is fog that's rolling through, and but I just don't know if it's enough to get all of the light rays that we're going to look for. But the plan for this morning is going to fly the drone once the sun comes up, and then maybe bust out the telephoto lens to kind of punch in on all the small little intimate details, because we do have some fog in our immediate foreground. So if that ends up lighting up and doing something interesting, then we'll capture that. Okay, well, the sun has since come up. It's just breaking the horizon a little bit, and there's little to no fog right in front of us. All the fog just moved right back towards the other side of the marsh. So it's got me thinking, maybe the issue that we're having is that we're at the wrong viewpoint. Maybe it takes some sort of spectacular act by God to really get fog on this side of the marsh. Maybe it's just too open and too warm. So I'm thinking, the drone's gonna probably have to save us today once again. But I'm thinking if we want to witness the fog with our own eyes, we're gonna have to go to an area where we could see the fog and get behind the fog that's on the left side of the marsh, or our left side of the marsh. So I think the next time the fog rolls around, we're gonna try and get up to a different angle and a different viewpoint. But for now, the sun is up. I gotta get my drone in the air. We've literally shot multiple sunrises with very little success with catching it with our cameras. So we have to resort to the drone catching the light rays for us. But, it's better than nothing. Yeah, there really is some good stuff happening right now via the drone. And even the fog in the foreground came back just for a little bit. It's not crazy, but it's still there. But yeah, we're just capturing what we can with the drone. If only I could see this kind of stuff with my own eyes, that would make things a lot better. But I always preach photographic persistence. I always preach trying to go for go for your whatever shots you're trying to get. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna try to find a different perspective and try and get the shots that we're going for. But yeah, I mean, this drone footage is incredible. I just wish I could actually see with my own eyeballs what this drone is capturing, because yeah, it looks beautiful, absolutely beautiful right now. And see, can you guys see it below us right there? Not bad. There's some shadows, there's some atmosphere. The sun is catching it nicely. Thank goodness for the 100 to 400, man. This shot is incredible because I have it. It looks better than what it actually is. It's literally just, as you can tell, this small little area of fog that we're getting. But because we have the 100 to 400, it actually looks quite cool. I'm glad we didn't pack it up just yet, because these shots are not bad. Well, the fog has dissipated, so we're gonna bring the drone back. There's actually a good amount of fog here in the foreground. It kind of stuck around, but man, yeah, if I could only just extend that fog further out, then that would be perfect. But unfortunately, I don't have those magical powers. But yeah, pretty good drone footage this morning. Every time you fly the drone, you just have that flexibility and that freedom in the sky to kind of just go wherever the fog is and wherever the light is. So it really makes it super easy. But yeah, the challenge is that we're limited by our feet. Oh well, we'll see if we can get it next time. Oh my God, that was harder than I remembered. So yeah, we are a little bit farther away from the fog. Ideally, I'd like to be kind of right above it. But after I saw the report of fog and after yesterday's disappointment fresh in my mind, I knew I was not taking any chances with going back to that other spot. Instead, try to come out here and try to capture the fog in a different way. And I think this should go nicely. Fingers crossed. We'll see though. So this is pretty much the marsh part 4, and each of the times we made one of these marsh videos, it's been kind of focused on fog. So I want to talk about that a little bit right now. So fog for us here in Hawaii is a very rare occurrence. It doesn't happen quite often because our temperatures only get to maybe the high 50s at the lowest here on Oahu. Getting fog like this is quite rare. We have to have those low temperatures like 60s to 70s, as well as a landscape that has a lot of moisture so that we can build up all of that moisture and fog like how we have right now over the marsh. We also can't have a lot of wind because the wind will just pick up the fog and blow it away. So to get conditions like this is pretty special. You know, to be able to get this shot would be a dream come true because we've gotten like three or 4 shots of the marsh in these foggy conditions so far, and it's been absolutely incredible. In part 1 of the marsh, I went back to the marsh, back to the trailhead multiple times to try and get a shot of fog and clear skies over the mountain range and some golden light painting those mountain ridges. And then in part 2, we kind of did both. We kind of shot as a group, and we shot both into the mountains as well as into the sun because there's some beautiful light coming through the trees. And then that kind of inspired me to do part 3 of the marsh, which was to get that reflection shot of the African tree and the light rays coming through it with the fog. So all of those times I've flown the drone and I've flown it this way, and I've seen the possibility of what happens when you are able to get high enough and look down on the fog and you get these beautiful light rays and these beautiful patterns and textures. So that kind of is inspiring me to go on this chase of trying to go to all these different lookouts and try to find a shot of the fog from above. So hopefully it works out. You know, I say this quite often with nearly every single personal type-ish vlog that I come out with, is that for me, the most rewarding pictures are the ones that you work hard for and the ones that you don't necessarily get on the first time. Or it could be something that you know could happen in Mother Nature, like how we have with the drone shots and the fog and all that. But each time you go, something doesn't work out, light isn't there, the fog isn't there, whatever. And that challenge and overcoming that challenge is what really inspires me to really chase these landscape photographs. And when conditions do finally align and create that magical moment, that's when I get the most excitement out of landscape photography. Now, there's something to be said about just kind of going out to a location and just taking pictures and not really having anything in mind and just enjoying that. And when things are not going to plan, according to plan, that's what I usually tend to do, is just, yeah, well, screw it. The weather wasn't good anyway, so let me just go look around and try to find something else to shoot. And that's fun too. But, you know, to really kind of motivate me and get me out of bed every morning to try and chase stuff like this, I really have to have some sort of thing, some sort of shot in the back of my mind that I'm trying to chase and I'm trying to go after. You know, and 90% of the time I'm left a little bit disappointed that I didn't get the shot. but it's just, I'm living for that 10% to just try and for things to work out and to finally get that picture. So fingers crossed, hopefully we get that today. And there is your sunball, ladies and gentlemen. So I don't think we're gonna get anything from this little burst of light. I mean, it's a cool shot. We got it on the time lapse. We're getting something. But what I'm really gonna wait for is when that sun pops above this thin layer of clouds. That's when we're gonna take our pictures, because I don't think this light, even though it's really, really pretty, I don't think the light is gonna be able to reach over the mountain and into the marsh to fill the fog with those light rays that we were hoping for. But we'll take this time lapse with the telephoto and just kind of hope that the sun breaks those clouds and then gives us the light rays that we're all hoping for and dreaming for. It's about to come out. Oh, I can see the light coming out into the foreground. Oh my goodness, here we go. I'm just gonna watch this with my own eyes and appreciate how magical it looks. Oh my goodness. We are getting it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are getting it with the time lapse too. Oh, there it is. There it is. This may just be mission accomplished. Man, it looks like something that's like out of like a movie, like something like from the Lion King, like from the Sahara Desert, and you've got this low-lying fog, and then the sun comes up and then it all evaporates, and that's pretty much what's exactly happening right now. Yeah, baby. Woohoo! I'm super stoked. All right, so as you can tell, the light is turning from its golden, now it's getting a little more white. Actually, it's very, very white at this point. But man, it is absolutely incredible. See, this is what I'm talking about. When the shot that you've been going for pays off, it's just no better feeling. And you know, maybe there's a better view, maybe there's a better ridge to be on for this incredible stuff. But honestly, the telephoto lenses and having the ability to zoom in and capture these shots, honestly, it's just beautiful, amazing, and I wouldn't have it any other way. So that's gonna about do it for me. Thank you for watching this fourth part of the marsh. I think it's part 4. we'll see what kind of shots we try and go for next time when we play with the fog again. But yeah, this was a fun mission, a very frustrating mission, but it was very fun nonetheless. So thanks for watching. Hit that like button, subscribe if you aren't already, and we'll see you guys in the next adventure. Peace out.